Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome, all race fans and sim racing fans. We are live for the 7th annual NOSSCAR Platinum Cup Series Brickyard 400, live on NASCAR Heat 5. 24 drivers rocking and rolling for an 80-lap event here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. We're rocking and rolling on the 2.5-mile oval instead of the road course. Out front right now, Landon Jenkins in the 88 Chevy Camaro. The pole sitter for this race is Dawson Brush in the number 25. Right now, he finds himself in second place on the outside of Charles Jackson in the 1, the Watkins Glen race winner from earlier tonight. I am NOSSCAR CEO and founder Tyler McMurder, along with my in-race reporter, driver of the number 17 Ford Mustang, running in the 7th place position, Alex Tezdal. Thank you to Alex for joining me. We'll tune in with him in just a little bit. These restarts and starts are always wild, and we're going to let him do his thing right now. 24 cars out there, and there's still about 15 or 16 of them, all within a large pack and drafting with each other. Now 3 wide for the race lead. And the level of urgency might never be higher. And just want to confirm something. Do you have a copy, Alex?
Yep.
Okay, just wanted to make sure. And the level of urgency might not be any higher, folks. This is round 26 of the 38 race season. Only 3 more, including this one, until the playoffs begin. And there's a lot of drivers entering this one below the playoff cut line that require a win to advance and punch their ticket into the playoffs. And there's a couple of drivers with high hopes to win their very first crown jewel event. There's a lot on the line here tonight for the Brickyard. And back out front, we should mention the pole sitter is Dawson Brush, and he's put that number 25 Chevy Camaro back into the lead, but for a short period of time, Charles Jackson in the 1 for Lone Wolf Motorsports and a longtime Brett Baker Racing driver as well. He now finds himself out the front, and he's going to try to be the leader coming to the line this time by to lead a lap in the Brickyard 400. He's going to do just that. Goes way down to the inside wall on the front stretch to defend from Dawson Brush in the 25. He entered turn 1 very low, Charles Jackson in the 1 car did, and that allowed the 53 of Jake Scarborough to close a lot of ground in, and it allowed Dawson Brush to get a good run on the outside as well. While all of this is going on, the points leader in the 24 and that very patriotic paint job there, Aaron Garcia, he's caught them. He's running in 4th. He's looking racy in the early going. And just a little bit further behind them, it's Trey Hollywood in the 48 car running in the top 5 up there in 5th. Just behind him in the 8 machine is Noah Underwood, part-time driver here in the NOSSCAR Platinum Cup Series this season, full-time in the Legend Series on Monday.
We got a yellow.
And we have a caution on the racetrack. And I didn't see what happened to this to cause this one, but we have an idea. And the report coming from Alex Tezdal, and as we surf through the cars at the tail of the field, we find Dave Marks Jr., Sean Lucas in the 21, Emily Sari, the Canadian, in the 11 car, and all 3 of them coming into this race just barely above the playoff cut line. Literally all 3 in a very similar situation, but they find themselves with heavy damage early in the going here in stage 1. Going to rack them up, and they're going to be double file again. This will be the first opportunity they have to come to pit road, make some adjustments, and we'll have to see what these drivers do throughout this one. There will be adjustments made. There will be strategy calls, especially deeper into the race in the final stage. It's all about the win here at the end of the night. It's Josh Cole-Diaz in the 9 that's going to lead them to the restart zone, along with Aiden Cody in the 95. We are green again for the Brickyard 400. Bill Baldwin, 3-time NOSSCAR champion from Gran Turismo Sport. He's driving the number 22 Ford. He's up there in the top 10. And how about it? Aiden Cody in the 95 is in a must-win situation to make the playoffs this year. It's pretty doubtful that he's going to get in based on points, though it is still possible. He was leading for a moment, but then the pack of cars had such a run on him, a few of them were able to clear him going into turn 3. Bill Baldwin is up against the outside wall in the 22 car. That was over in turn 3. He's okay now. Now Josh Columbia is trying to break the draft. He has taken the race lead. He's trying to run away with it. There's Jordan Roughton, another driver in a must-win situation, coming in below the playoff cut line. Needs a win to advance and punch his ticket into the playoffs. 3 more regular season races, including this one. We are here for round 26. 24 drivers out there trying to win the 7th annual Brickyard 400. They're all chasing Jake Scarborough in the number 53 Chevy. He's looking for his very first NOSSCAR Platinum Cup Series win and kind of looking to spoil the party for the rest of the drivers looking to punch their ticket into the playoffs. Jake is a part-time driver, and whether he wins this race or not, it does not guarantee him a playoff spot. So far out, I'm not sure if that's going to benefit him or not. Trey Hollywood has worked his way up into second in the number 48 Chevy Camaro. The 2 Ally cars pushing each other very well around this racetrack in stage 1, working together pretty well. And as of right now, they're running in second and third. They were drafting for a while, but then Dawson Brush went to the outside of the 25 Ally machine. I think he found the wall. He did. He found the wall coming out of turn 2. The Ally car, 25, driven by Dawson Brush. He's going to fall from second back to 5th, but still in this lead group. And if they can get single file, they might be able to run down Jake Scarborough. I'm blown away by the raw speed that Jake Scarborough was showing early in the going here for the Brickyard. Look at the gap he's opened up. It's really opened up to about 15 car lengths now down the front straightaway. And we're going to throw it down to in-race reporter Alex Tezdal, driver of the 17. Alex, you find yourself just barely outside the top 10, but it's only because of some wild pit strategy that we just saw a moment ago. How does the car feel? How many laps left in the first stage? What's your plan from here?
We got about 8 to go in the stage, and the car's a little tight in turns 1 and 3, but it's got overall decent speed. You know, it's kind of stuck in traffic right now and kind of following the line.
Well, it looks tough to pass out there, and it looks like anybody is capable of getting a good run on anyone at any given time. So when you get back here in the Hornet's Nest, it's, you know, you might get one, but then the guy behind you might get you right back. It becomes very tough to get to the front because everybody is capable of slingshotting each other. Now, good luck to you the rest of the way. 7 laps to go in stage 1. There's Dave Marks Jr. comes into this race a little bit above the playoff cut line, and just in front of him, oh, Trenton Prince in the 20 car spun. There was contact made between, I think,
Caution's out.
Yeah, no doubt. There was a couple cars involved. Dave had nowhere to go. Emily Sari in the 11 car got a piece of it. I couldn't quite tell who the car was that made contact with the 20, but once they did, Trenton Prince, the 2-time NASCAR world champion, driving for Juicy J Motorsports, the number 20 Toyota Camry, he went around hard and made contact with the inside wall. Caution is out for the 2nd time in this race. And Alex is going to probably restart you guys with, what, 2, 3 laps to go in stage 1? It's going to be a rush to get stage points.
Yeah, probably something like that.
That's the PG version of what's going to happen here. Yeah, this is going to be wild. This is going to be interesting. There's a lot on the line here. Not only is it a crown jewel race, 7th annual Brickyard 400, but again, folks, only 3 races remaining until the postseason begins. Some of these drivers need wins to advance to the playoffs. We are green again, and 2 laps to go in stage 1.
Actually, 5 laps to go.
Oh, wow. What? Man, that was a quick cleanup.
Oh, they're wrecking again.
They are, and it started with the 96 of Dustin Hardy. He was trying to get out of the way. He was down on the grass, and a couple of cars like Josh Colm-Diaz and others had nowhere to go, and this is going to draw caution. And the big one, the Brickyard 400. There was a few of them that had nowhere to go, and I think that it started again, folks, with Dustin Hardy in the 96. Josh in the 9 car was the one who made the initial first contact with him. And after that, when he got sideways, no one had anywhere to go. been eventful. It's first stage here so far. And you're going to have to let us know how many to go in the stage when you guys get back going again, because I was shocked to hear you had 5 to go still. That was a quick cleanup last time. Now, if this was a real race, this cleanup would not be so smooth. And even Tanner Swayley in the 3 car is here trying to win the Brickyard 400. 24 drivers came out to play and win this one. And that includes the 2021 NOSSCAR Dirt Touring Series champion, Tanner Swayley. He restarts in second with 2 to go in stage 1, and we are green. Charles Jackson is your leader. Noah Underwood in the 8 car on the bottom there, giving him a push. He runs in second. The only former Brickyard 400 winner in the field today is Noah Underwood in the number 8 car. He's got 12 career NOSSCAR Platinum Cup Series wins, looking to make it 13. Up there running in second, Charles Jackson is all the way down on the bottom trying to break the draft with him, and it worked. Oh, in turn 3, Timmy Brown in the 19 car went way up the hill. He found the grass going in and then found the outside wall a little bit coming out. And I believe everybody held on to it. Again, folks, you can see here on the front straightaway, Charles Jackson going all the way down to the inside wall to break the draft. Deeper in the field, Jordan Roughton and Beam SKP bounced off each other. Jordan found the inside wall. Beam bounced off the 88 still a little bit, trying to get himself reset again. And this is getting dicey. Trenton Prince slid up into the side of Alex Tezdal a moment ago. Jordan Roughton's going to follow him through. Harold Burden's looking to do the same. The outside line seems to be the preferred line down the straightaways, because that's where most cars go to set themselves up for the next corner, and that's where you'll find the most draft help. So if you're still side-by-side battling for position, if you're up there, by the time you get back to the straightaway, that might be a good thing. Beam SKP drove into the back of Landon Jenkins, the 14 into the back of the 88. The 95 got a piece of Beam, and they both went down the hill. Oh, and problems deeper in the field. Timmy Brown in the 19 car just slammed the inside wall hard. And we've got another caution. This one's going to end stage 1. And your stage 1 winner, I believe, is going to be Charles Jackson in the 1.
Yes, that is correct.
Man, this is wild. This has been crazy racing. The level of urgency has been high ever since the green flag waved, and I knew it would be. Scarborough is going to get second in stage 1. Noah Underwood's third in stage 1. And a lot of these drivers that are really making a mark here in stage 1 have really only been coming around part-time. So a lot of these drivers showing great speed and trying to spoil the party for the drivers trying to punch their ticket into the playoffs. There's only a couple of cars off the track right now. 24 started. Sean Lucas and Charles Jackson are going to lead them to the restart zone. And we are rocking and rolling for stage 2. And through the grass was Landon Jenkins in the 88 car. He gets back up onto the racetrack safely. And everybody seems to be okay. They're 4 wide deeper in the field. That was Emily Sari, Bill Baldwin, Beam SKP, and a couple of others. They settled it back out to 2x2. The 3 wide action is now towards the front of the field a little bit. Sean Lucas in the 21 lifted to try to get out of the 3 wide predicament. He successfully did that. It bottlenecked a few drivers up, but everybody held on to it, and everybody's good to go so far. Riding along with your points leader down front straightaway. Aaron Garcia in the 24 runs in 5th. He's right behind Jeffrey Robinson Jr. in the 18. And folks, it would be such a feel-good story if Jeffrey in the 18 can finally park it in victory lane in the NOSSCAR Platinum Cup Series. He came so close to winning the Daytona 500 this year. It was a classic battle between
It's a wreck between 1 and 2.
Classic battle between he and Matt Smith and the driver out of France, Beam SKP, and Beam, the one who ended up parking in the victory lane. Big wreck we're hearing from Alex Tezdal coming out of turn 2. It looks like we're still green. And the cars involved were Timmy Brown in the 19, Josh Colm-Diaz in the 9, and Jordan Roughton in the 2. And all three of them have lost the draft with the rest of the leaders, and they're a bit of a hole to dig themselves out of in stage 2. We're going to throw it over quickly to Alex Tezdal, driver of the number 17 Ford Mustang for Crimson Access Motorsports. And we wanted to ask you, buddy, what's it looking like for pit strategy in stage 2? Is everybody going to need to stop once?
Around this track, we're around 2 laps short, so I think we'll have to make a splash and go at the end of the stage.
All right. Yeah, very hard to save fuel here. In fact, you really don't save anything. You give up about a second of time, and then when you look at when it's changing down a lap, your fuel, it really hasn't changed all that much, if at all. I've done it before, so yeah, good point. Might see some splash and goes late in this stage. And that's if we go green the rest of the way. And back out front, the battle for the lead looks like this. It's Jake Scarborough in the 53 machine leading the way with Charles Jackson in the 1. Noah Underwood in the 8 car right there. Aaron Garcia in the 24. Jeffrey Robinson Jr. in the 18. They are your top 5. Now Charles Jackson goes down to the bottom, trying to get a run on Noah to try to take P2. Don't think he felt confident about the grip he had going into turn 3. It looks like he lifted and gave the spot back for now. The top 5 have separated themselves from the rest of the field just a little bit. And then it's Trey Hollywood, Dawson Brush, and Landon Jenkins running 6th, 7th, and 8th, trying to work together and run them back down. And they're also joined by Aiden Cody in the 95 and Harold Burden in the 16. That's the rest of your top 10. Trenton Prince, Sean Lucas in 11th and 12th. Give you a bit of a rundown on where some of your favorite NOSSCAR Platinum Cup Series drivers are running. To the bottom goes Noah Underwood, looking for the lead for the first time here in the Brickyard 400. First time today, we should say. And again, folks, the only former Brickyard 400 winner in the field is the driver of the number 8 Chevy Camaro for Rockstar Racing, and that is Noah Underwood. And coming out of turn 4, he's going to have the lead. Jake Scarborough in the 53 does not have the run to challenge him. And coming through the line, Noah's going to lead a lap this time by. And we should mention, while these top 5 drivers are battling for the lead, Dawson Brush in the 25 has kind of battled his way through that second group of cars. He has left them, and now he is on his way towards this front group. And there you see him. He's only about 2 or 3 car lengths behind Jeffrey Robinson Jr. and a couple more, and he's in their draft. He might be, I think he's in their draft right now, going down the back straightaway. And of course, this is also Dawson, who won this year's Southern 500 at Darlington. He knows all about crown jewel wins here in NOSSCAR. He's looking to add another if he can. Aaron Garcia sits in 3rd. The points leader coming into this race doesn't need to worry about the playoff cut line or bubbles or points or wins or anything like that. He came into this race with high hopes and high expectations to win his very first crown jewel event. And
96 wrecked off turn 2.
Did he ever? I caught a piece of it on camera. It was at the very top of my screen. Thanks for the update. We're still green, but a solo spin resulting in heavy contact with the right side of the car with the inside wall for Dustin Hardy, and that is a heartbreaker. He came into this race very excited about his chances of winning and picking up some valuable points. He's one of the drivers below the playoff cut line that needs a win to punch his ticket into the playoffs. He still has Michigan and Daytona after tonight at the Brickyard 400, but he's really looking forward to the Brickyard 400 and looking to make it his race. still time to do that, but here in stage 2, he's got a lot of damage that he's going to need to repair either under his first pit stop or his next pit stop in this stage, or at the end of the stage, which will cost him even more track position. Well, let's throw it down to Alex Tezdal, Triple Crown winner here in NOSSCAR, holds wins in Platinum Cup, Motormaster, and Trucks. You've never won the Brickyard 400, buddy, but you've had a lot of great runs in this event, and the few starts that you have here in this Crown Jewel race. How's the car feeling right now? What position are you running in?
Currently P13 after a wild restart, and, you know, just trying to work with 14 here to maybe catch back up. Still a little bit tight on for 1 and 3, but slowly working on it. Don't want to over adjust, but it's got decent pace. Just got to get track position.
Yeah, it looks like it's easier said than done, that's for sure. Passing cars and also keeping that track position after you've made those passes seems to be very difficult here in tonight's race so far. How many laps to go in stage 1, and do you think that we're still going to need to splash and go?
We have about 13 to go. Got 11 in the tank right now, so yeah, I haven't saved a thing, so yeah, it's going to be a splash and go.
I'm thinking so. It's not one of those tracks for some reason, Alex, that you can save fuel at. Not very easily, and if you do, you're really, really giving up time to the ones who are not saving, and to the point where it's almost not worth it. I don't think it is even. I think you're doing the right thing, and I think a splash and go is the reasonable thing here.
I'd say probably your only hope at saving is if you can get in the big pack and run partial throttle down the straightaway without giving up a lot of time.
And even then, I think you would lose them, but I'm not certain. It's been a while for me, but I feel like I remember that about the Brickyard race. I was having a heck of a time saving anything here.
Yeah, even then it's really difficult to save.
I couldn't do it, that's for sure. Good luck to you the rest of the way. 11 to go in stage 2 at the line this time by, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
10-4. And the second group of cars has settled down a little bit, but the running order has shuffled. Harold Burton in the 16 runs in 7th. Landon Jenkins in the 88 car runs in 8th. Noah Underwood has fallen out of the lead pack somehow and now runs in 9th in the number 8 Chevy Camaro. I didn't see exactly how that happened or what sparked that. Trey Hollywood in the 48 rounds out the top 10, and there is Trenton Prince in the 20. Two-time NOSSCAR world champion from Gran Turismo Sport. He's right there in 11th. Challenging for 10th with Trey Hollywood in the 48, but now you can see the time that they lost in that one corner of being side by side, and now Trenton has no draft with the 3 cars in front of him, and Trey Hollywood went to pit road for scheduled service, so Trenton is now really hung out to dry. And there's no sense in him lifting to go back to his teammate Aiden Cody in the 95, who's about 8, 9, 15 car lengths at most behind him here, because I think that they're all within a couple of laps of pitting anyways. Oh! And Trenton Prince got very loose coming out of turn 2, went all the way down the racetrack and found the inside wall, and that's a long distance, folks. That's how out of shape that car got on him. And for the most part, a decent save for what could have been a very nasty crash, but still a little bit of front-end damage for the two-time world champ. To the left front, he's got 2 wins this year. Both of them came on road courses, which surprised nobody. Very much a road course ringer here in NOSSCAR. Now pit road beginning...
At least on my end, it looks like the 20 had some problems getting into the pits. He might have clipped the end of the wall.
Yeah, not only the 20, but there's 2 cars that had problems getting to the pits. The 20 almost missed pit road. Like, he almost went past the yellow line and his car almost ventured back onto the racetrack. So, yeah, he almost missed it there. He cooked it coming in. And, okay, you've got to confirm this with me. The number 1 of Charles Jackson appears to be parked on pit road and motionless, but the last time somebody appeared to be motionless on my screen was Emily Sari, and she was actually still in the race and ended up getting a top 10 finish, and the viewers at home thought she was out. Can you confirm with me that Charles is actually out or not?
I'm not sure. I'll see if I can see his car on pit road.
Sounds great. Is the one car the lead car or no?
No, the 53 is tonight.
Okay, no problem.
Yeah.
If
Didn't look like one was on the pits, so I don't know.
Yeah, let me know with the track map. That would actually be the best way.
53 car is still marked as the leader, so I don't know where he is at the moment.
I mean, like, once the cycle of pit stops is done, check your track map and see if there's a dot parked on pit road.
Alright.
Jake Scarborough, your leader in the 53 Chevy Camaro, and if my screen is not deceiving me, folks, one of the heavy hitters to win the Brickyard 400 tonight, Charles Jackson in the one car, might be done for the day off the racetrack. Some sort of mechanical failure, and I really feel for him. He's coming off a strong win earlier tonight at Watkins Glen International. He's a longtime NOSSCAR driver, started with us back on NASCAR 15 Victory Edition, and now there he sits motionless on pit road. And again, folks, I've had this kind of a glitch before where they're actually on track still and everything's okay, and we'll confirm this with you in just a moment if Charles is truly out of the race or not. I believe he is, because it's rare that I have that glitch. And the 53 is still leading. He has yet to come to pit road for scheduled service. He's riding along now in the draft with the 48 car just in front of him, Trey Hollywood, who has already been to pit road for scheduled service in stage 2. Just in front of him is Dawson Brush, and I believe the other car just in front of him there was Noah Underwood. In the 8 car, there's a couple cars really just on the tail end of the lead lap, but it's because they've made their scheduled pit stop. And Jeffrey Robinson Jr. in the 18, another car that's going to be right in front of your race leader, Jake Scarborough. There's definitely some strategy going on here. I wonder if Jake is actually trying to lift and save and get all the way to the end of the stage on fuel, but the tires are going to be a whole nother story. I don't know. Throw it over to Alex. Oh, never mind. Ooh, no, we're good. We got our answer, buddy. Jake Scarborough comes to pit road. We were going to ask you if it's possible, and I think I knew the answer already. And I only got confirmation just now.
By now, most cars have pitted, and there's still a couple. There's right now 2 dots on the track map, so I do think that one is indeed out.
And that's a heartbreaker because I'm watching the 53. I can confirm that he is on pit road for service here. There's 2 cars getting service. The 21 of Sean Lucas just left after getting pit service. The 1 of Charles Jackson is truly indeed out of the Brickyard 400, and that is a heartbreaker. He qualified second for this race and was definitely one of the heavy hitters, one of the heavyweights, folks, to win here tonight. And Jake Scarborough safely comes back onto the racetrack, uses the exit road all the way through, and that is exactly what these drivers were told they needed to do during the drivers' meeting before tonight's 2 races. And I believe that the 53 is still your race leader at the end of the cycle of pit stops. We'll confirm with Alex Tezdal.
I will let you know when I complete my pit stop.
10-4, brother. Oh, were you the leader then for a moment? You must have been.
No, the 16 has yet to stop. Unless he follows me in.
All right, thank you a bunch, my friend. We've got the 16 here. We are watching him work his way through 3 and 4. The next time he's got an opportunity to make that decision of pitting or not pitting, it's going to be right here, and he's going to stay out another one. And now, folks, if there is anyone that can save the fuel and not lose a single bit of time doing it, and make it the whole distance in a stage and win the stage and get the playoff point, it is this man right here. It's Harold Burden, the driver of the number 16 Chevy Camaro for Air Force Motorsports. He has a win this season in the NOSSCAR Legends Series on Mondays. He's got wins in trucks, Motormaster, and Legends. If he wins the Brickyard here tonight, he would become the 15th different Triple Crown winner in NOSSCAR. He's won the Brickyard 100 before in the NOSSCAR Legends Series, so he knows all about parking in the victory lane here. at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. It's never for the big one, the biggest one, and man, he could change that here today.
16 still staying out, it looks like. Wow.
How many to go now?
It's going to be 3 to go for him.
Wow. And here, yeah, okay, so pit road is going to be closed when the leader takes the 2 laps to go signal, and he's the leader, so the next time by is his last opportunity to make a pit stop without being penalized. Pardon me. And now, Alex, there's only a car in between you and Harold. What position are you in? What position's the 95 in? CWI.
I am 11th, and the 95 is 12th. We are the last 2 on the lead lap, just in front of them.
Wow, 24 cars started the race, and we're going to have 13 cars left on the lead lap by the time the final stage begins. It looks like
he's coming in.
Oh, he is! And this is going to save Trenton Prince. It's going to save many others as well that were going to be trapped 1 or 2 laps down. It looked like Harold truly had the fuel to go the distance. He was really thinking about it. Man, he ran that thing completely dry, Alex, before he brought it to pit road. Good for him for leading some laps, getting some great camera time. And he's got a great shot to win this thing in the final stage. That was fun to watch. I thought he was going to make it. 2 to go now in stage 2. He psyched us all out.
Yeah, I thought he was going to somehow pull it off as well. I guess maybe he was just looking for a yellow.
He was and that would have saved him for sure. He was freaking me out, and he was freaking out Trenton Prince, I'm sure, because Trenton was the first car behind him, and he would have had to take the free pass to be on the lead lap for the next stage, and even then he would have had all the lap cars in front of him, so Trenton really didn't want that. Many drivers didn't want that, and it saves him, and I think that this puts Jake Scarborough back out front in the 53.
Yeah.
What a drive for this young man. He has not made too many starts with us here in NOSSCAR, especially in the Platinum Cup Series. He's made more starts in the Legend Series on Mondays with us than here in the big show. And now one of the biggest shows of all shows here, 7th Annual Brickyard 400. Here he is leading laps in Stage 2 and closing in on a stage win. White flag has been shown. And now Sean Lucas in the 21. He came to pit road there a moment ago. That's going to be a penalty unless Sean pits again at the end of the stage and takes 4 tires and fuel. That is the rule, folks, for the viewers watching at home. There you see Sean working his way down pit road. The only way you do not keep the penalty from pitting under 2 laps to go in a stage is if you pit again at the end of the stage for 4 tires and fuel, and therefore giving up any shot you have at a wave around or gaining any type of track position from pitting earlier. Out of 4 for the final time in stage 2. The green and white checkered flag flies, and it's Jake Scarborough shocking the world and winning stage 2 of the 7th Annual Brickyard 400. Now, it's an Air Force Motorsports car, but it barely ever gets brought out of the shop, barely ever gets offered out to drivers, and now Jake Scarborough's made a couple of starts in it this season, and he's done a terrific job. And now finds his very first stage win in his NOSSCAR Platinum Cup Series career. Aaron Garcia in 2nd. Jeffrey Robinson Jr., I believe, finishes in 3rd in the stage. And Dawson Brush is going to claim 4th. Don't forget the photo of the top 10 of the stage for me, Alex. And it appears Landon Jenkins will round out the top 5 in the stage. How many cars on the lead lap? Don't forget to pit, though.
17 on the lead lap, and the free pass will go to the 2 car, so I'll make 18.
All right. Jordan Roughton in the 2 cars in a must-win situation to punch his ticket into the playoffs, and this is huge for him. He's going to get the free pass, and he'll restart in 18th for the beginning of the final stage here for the Brickyard 400. Came into this race with high hopes. Got even higher hopes, though, for tracks like Michigan and Daytona next week. Well, here we go. We've made it this far. This is what it's all about, folks. Final stage time. 7th Annual Brickyard 400. We are green. 22 cars roll into turn one. Jake Scarborough, Aaron Garcia, Landon Jenkins, Jeffrey Robinson Jr., Aiden Cody. They are your top five. Dotson, Brush, Trey, Hollywood, Trenton Prince, Harold Burden, and Beam SKP, the rest of your top 10. 22 drivers from 3 different countries are still out there on the racetrack, and all of them have a shot to park at a victory lane.
Looks like we have a second car out of the race and parked on pit road. Whoever that is.
I see him a little bit in my frame a moment ago, but I can't. Oh, and it's the 3 car of Tanner Swayley, the 2021 NOSSCAR Dirt Touring Series champion. He is off the racetrack and appears to be done for the day. Thank you for the report, Alex, and that's a heartbreaker for him. He enters part-time here in the NOSSCAR Platinum Cup Series. Tanner does. Came out to try his hand in winning the Brickyard 400. He got a top 10 of the Daytona 500 this year, so really he had high hopes for it. Right now it's Jake Scarborough leading. Dawson Brush up there in second. Aaron Garcia in third. Landon Jenkins in fourth. Jeffrey Robinson Jr. in fifth. The drivers running in fourth and fifth are looking for their very first career NOSSCAR Platinum Cup Series wins. And they're very much alive still. Not a mark on those cars. They're in the draft. They've got good speed. They've had good speed all race long. They've got Underwood right there with him. Whoa! And a big wiggle out of the 8 car and a huge save. What a save by the driver of the 8. He's the only former Brickyard 400 winner in the field. And there you see him. He's lost the draft of the lead group. He might need a caution to catch back up, but he's still inside the top 10. We have a new race leader. Dawson Brush was able to get to the inside of Jake Scarborough and complete the pass. He had a bit of draft help with his teammates Aaron Garcia and Landon Jenkins. And now out front, looking for his second win of the season, Dawson Brush, and about 24 laps to go. And while all of this battling is going on for the race lead, it's allowing Trey Hollywood, Aiden Cody, and a couple of others to draft back up on them, and it soon might be an 8-car battle for the lead and for the win, and they're there. Trey Hollywood, Aiden Cody, and Trenton Prince are the 3 cars that just caught this lead group, and there's still more coming. The second group now, Noah Underwood and a couple of others, they're trying to get back up there. To a degree, it kind of looks like it doesn't matter how far in front you get, eventually you're going to get to battling, and when you do, those guys you just drove away from are going to close back in on you. Strong run here down the back straightaway, a great corner exit at a turn 2 for the front 2 in particular. They're really prioritizing the exit of these turns, really maximizing their speed down these very long straightaways, and that's really what's allowing them to open the gap up a little bit, or at the very least keep it at what it is and not allow the cars behind them to use the draft to their advantage. Dawson Brush, the leader. Jake Scarborough is in second, and he's about 3 car lengths behind the leader, which is still within the draft range. And now it's the points leader, Aaron Garcia, that has taken third away. But the problem is he is about 7 car lengths behind the front 2. And it doesn't look like it's getting any smaller. It kind of looks like the front 2 are beginning to drive away from the rest of the field. The 2 drivers still looking for their very first career Platinum Cup Series wins. Jeffrey Robinson Jr., Landon Jenkins, they are running 4th and 5th, but they were side by side there for a moment with Trey Hollywood right behind them. There you see this battle. And we're going to take a moment, though, to throw it over to Alex Tezdal. We know you're about to hit the line. How many laps remaining?
22 to go.
Awesome, thank you. And a very similar story to the Stage 2 strategy, I would think, Alex, right? Except instead of a splash and go, I'm thinking everybody will be taking 4 or 2.
I'm thinking 4, but you maybe could do it on 2 if you could conserve them left sides, because we'll be about 8 laps short of the end, so 2 might be able to make it.
Yeah, if you're
going to make it to the end, opens with like 19 or 20 to go.
Yeah, if your left sides are still above 50% at the end of your full run, then you would think that the left sides would still be able to make it for half of a run. You know what I mean? That's kind of how you need to judge that. If your left sides are above 50% still at the end of a full run, they should definitely make it a half of a run. So maybe 2 might be the way to go, but man, who knows how these cars are going to handle with only 2 right side Goodyear Eagles on them. You might need to bump the wedge up. And to the bottom goes Dawson Brush in the 25. It kind of looked like Jake Scarborough let him have it, and we have another new race leader. They have swapped the lead back and forth a couple of times ever since driving out to their own zone here. They kind of look like they work together to get out here to where they can battle for the lead without being bothered, but they're going to be bothered in a moment. Aaron Garcia is getting closer now that they have begun battling for this lead. Jake Scarborough took a look going into turn 1 and then lifted, thought better of it, tucks back in line. We have 20 to go in the 7th annual Brickyard 400. 24 drivers from 3 countries came out to play. We've got 21 left on the racetrack. And it's still anybody's race, but a lot of them are going to need a caution to catch back up and have a shot at this one again. And if a yellow does come out, it's going to be a wild restart. Maybe the wildest you've seen all season, folks, because they will all know that, again, they've got another shot at winning this thing. Well, they're battling for the lead. We'll check in with some of the rest of the field. There's Landon Jenkins running in 4th in the 88 car, getting a push from Trey Hollywood, who runs in 5th in the 48 car. Jeffrey Robinson Jr. in the 18 and Noah Underwood in the 8. You can tell that there is a lot of chemistry between those 4, and they are working together to try to run down your top 3. Trenton Prince, the 2-time NOSSCAR world champion in the 20 car for Juicy J Motorsports. He's right there with them as well. And Aiden Cody in the 95 at the Juicy J Motorsports. He was with them, but he's since then lost the draft with this group of 5 cars. And a little bit deeper back, here is the 3rd group of cars. And this is being led by Dustin Hardy in the number 96 Toyota Camry for Juicy J Motorsports. And in the same group, Josh Colm-Diaz in the 9, the 2021 NOSSCAR Legend Series champion. Alex Tezdal in the 17, Triple Crown winner. And Jordan Roughton in the 2 car. Holds wins here in Platinum Cup, Motomaster, and Trucks. And contact with the Daytona 500 winner, Beam SKP. Beam is going to save it and keep on going. Jordan Roughton was not as fortunate. Jordan parked it up against the outside wall, and the 22 car came blazing in and nailed him. So the 2 teammates, they hit each other, and now more contact between Bill Baldwin and Jordan Roughton. And that was over in turn 2. We are still green, and this has really taken the chance away from Jordan Roughton, Timmy Brown, Bill Baldwin, and a couple of others from winning today's event. Heavy damage to those cars. And Timmy Brown has pulled off the racetrack. He is done for the day. We saw him stopped over on the back straightaway. His night has come to an end early. Remember, Timmy is the 2018 Brickyard 200 winner for the NOSSCAR Motormaster Series in those Xfinity cars. So he's won here at the Brickyard. He's kissed the bricks before, but he's not going to do it again here tonight, unfortunately. And now Harold Burden in the 16 car is on pit road. And there's got to be some sort of really strange strategy that's definitely going to put him off sequence from everybody else. We'll throw it down to Alex Tezdal. Alex, what do you make of this? There's about 17 to go here in the race.
Well, I mean, if he's stopping for 4 and filling it up, he is good to the end. Maybe he's trying an undercut.
Yeah, I guess the window is open from here. I guess if you fill the tank, you can make it the whole way, right?
Yeah.
Interesting. The only thing that could burn Harold is if a caution comes out. He's going to need this thing to go green to the very end for this to work for him, and I don't know if it's going to get him the win, but it very well might catapult him up into the top 5. And now this is what the battle for the lead looks like. The top 3 are still out here hanging out on their own. Dawson Brush is leading the way with the points leader Aaron Garcia in hot pursuit in second. The 53 of Jake Scarborough runs in third. He's given a bump draft to the 24 down the front straightaway.
20 is in as well.
Oh, wow, we're getting reports here from Alex Tezdal, Triple Crown winner, and the 2-time NOSSCAR World Champion. Trenton Prince is on pit road for scheduled service, and it's going to be his last pit stop of the race unless we see a caution. Bill Baldwin in the 22, 3-time NOSSCAR champion from Gran Turismo Sport as well. He's on pit road. Emily Sari, the Canadian, is on pit road for her scheduled service as well. It's a party on pit road now. Dave Marks Jr. in the 41 comes to a sliding stop in his pit stall. He's going to take on 4 tires. We were wondering what they were going to do on these pit stops, and we're seeing a lot of 4-tire stops here. The 25 of Dawson Brush is on pit road. So is the 53 of Jake Scarborough. So 2 of the top 3 have surrendered their track position and come to pit road. This leaves the lead with the points leader Aaron Garcia in the 24 for right now. And there you see him. And gotta wonder if this is going to force his hand and force him to change his strategy a little bit and come to pit road a lap or 2 sooner than he had planned. The drivers who have already made their pit stop, they're gaining time and running faster lap times than everybody else who has not stopped yet, but their gamble here is that if a caution comes out, some of them are going to be trapped a lap down. To pit road comes the points leader Aaron Garcia, and he brought a couple of friends with him. Some more of the lead lap cars. That includes Noah Underwood in the 8, Jeffrey Robinson Jr. in the 18, Josh Colm-Diaz in the 9, Alex Tezdal in the 17. I really think that when Harold Burden in the 16 car came to pit road, everybody's attention was focused on that. Their eyes widened, and they all came to pit road one by one. Yeah, good battle here between teammates. Juicy J Motorsports, Trenton Prince, Emily Sari, and then another Juicy J car actually just right there behind him, and that's Dustin Hardy in the 96. And it'll be interesting to see who's going to be the race leader when this all cycles through. Some of these drivers came to pit road pretty early. Some of them waited a couple more laps and trying to have fresher tires for the last stint of this race, also fearing a caution coming out. Everybody using the pit road exit ramp. Everybody doing a good job with that here today. No penalties being given for that. Everybody's being very respectful when merging back onto the racetrack. And now that Alex, our in-race reporter, has finished doing that and we don't feel like we'll distract him too much anymore, we'll throw it down to you, Alex. Find out who the race leader is and how many laps we have left.
The race leader is currently the 48 car, and he's coming to pits right now, though. And I think we've got 13 to go, I believe.
All right, thanks very much. And so Trey Hollywood in the 48 car.
My bad.
Oh, that's completely okay. 12 laps remaining. Trey Hollywood is going to give up the race lead after leading a few in the Brickyard 400. He's coming in for his very last pit stop of the race. And again, folks, unless we see a caution, I think if we see a caution, about everyone in the front 4 rows, they might stay out, but I think everyone else is coming in. And now looking around the track a little bit, if I'm not mistaken, I think that this is going to give the lead to either Aaron Garcia or Jake Scarborough. Where are they? Here they are. And this is what the battle for the lead and for the win is going to look like once it's all finished and cycled through. We'll confirm with you in a moment when it has. Who do you have as the leader now?
96 is currently the leader. He's coming to the turn 1 right now.
How about that? That is awesome. And so Dustin Hardy in the 96 Toyota for Juicy J Motorsports is leading the way here in the Brickyard 400 in the 2 car of Jordan Roughton. Just spun and wrecked right in front of the 53. And there was contact made. It almost looked like Jordan tried to drive in and give a tap to the back bumper of the 24, and he couldn't quite get to him. Hit the wall instead and lost control, and there was a few other cars involved. And now the 95 of Aiden Cody was spun out on his own at the exit of turn 4. I didn't see what started that either, and now he's coming to pit road. Gotta wonder if he's got a tire down. Some of these drivers...
And we got a yellow.
We do. And now I don't know what caused this one. I do know that there was a lot of small incidents back to back to back, lined up in a chain, really, and I didn't see exactly what the final nail in the coffin really was. I know that Aiden Cody in the 95 had a big moment coming out of turn 4. Jordan Roughton got in a crash over there and got collected by the leaders, Dawson Brush and Jake Scarborough. They both had nowhere to go. Nevertheless, we're under caution with under 10 laps to go in the 7th annual NOSSCAR Platinum Cup Series Brickyard 400, hosted here on NASCAR Heat 5. 24 drivers from 3 different countries entered tonight's event. Now, I believe we have 19 cars left on the racetrack, and all of them with a shot to win this race. There is some pit strategy. You'll have to let us know how many laps to go, Shadow. The green flag is back out. 6 laps to go. Trey Hollywood is the leader with Dustin Hardy in second. Landon Jenkins is in third. Beam SKP is in fourth. And Aaron Garcia is in fifth. We got a crash deeper in the field. We're still green. And Trey Hollywood is leading with Landon Jenkins right behind him in the 88 car. Landon is looking for his very first NOSSCAR Platinum Cup Series race win. Trey Hollywood has a win this year, and it was at Talladega. He's got 2 career NOSSCAR Platinum Cup Series wins. Both of them were on super speedways. He would love to get a crown jewel win here tonight. Coming to 5 laps to go. They're 4 wide for 4th place. Holy, oh my goodness, and now they're going into turn 1, and Beam is going to be in third at the end of the long straightaway there. Aaron Garcia in the 24 car runs in 4th, and I believe Aaron is the first car on 4 fresh tires. Oh, and they're still bouncing off each other, and they are 4 wide again, this time down the back straightaway. We've got a wiggly car. We've got a crash, I think, coming. I can't believe he held on to it. There's still somebody sliding through the grass on the back straightaway. I couldn't see who it was. The top 2 are still battling for the lead up front. And that's what that battle looks like. We've been trying to watch all of it. And now Noah Underwood, the only former Brickyard 400 winner in the field, has emerged into third, and he's trying to bring a few others with him to make a run at the top 2. And there was a crash on the front straightaway, and so far we're green, and Noah got really loose coming out of turn 1 in a brilliant save, but he's given up a lot of track position. He'll need a caution to have another shot at this one. He's now in 11th place. Ken Landon get his very first career win here tonight. He's all over his teammate. Landon Jenkins is on the same strategy as Trey Hollywood. I believe they both went with 2 tires or chose to not pit. All of a sudden, they restarted up in the front 2 rows. They've got Aaron Garcia and Beam SKP closing in. I think if Landon wants to win this race, he needs to get the move done as soon as possible, because I think if the 24 gets there, he'll get them both. 3 laps to go, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
And now I didn't see what happened, but Beam SKP is no longer in the frame in the 14 car. He was just up there in fourth rather. I'm not sure if he spun on his own or not. We're going to keep our camera on the battle for the win. The second group is battling hard as well, and now I can see back there now, it's Beam SKP running in 7th, leading that second group of cars. Aaron Garcia goes to the bottom of Landon Jenkins. And this is what I was talking about. Landon, if he's going to get that first career win, I think he needs to find a way around the 48 as soon as possible. And I think if the 24 got to him, this was what we were going to see. And now things are that much tougher for Landon if he's going to park it in victory lane. 2 to go. 2.5. Or excuse me, 1.5. And now Trey Hollywood going all the way down to the inside to try to break the draft. These cars are snaking all the way down the back straightaway. But it's too late. He's there. Aaron's got the 4 fresh Goodyear Eagles as well. He's going to try to put them to good use. He's got to move, and he's going to run. He's going to try to take it to the outside. He couldn't quite get there. Trey Hollywood throws a wild block, goes all the way down to the inside wall to block him. The white flag is in the air. Jeffrey Robinson Jr. is right there. He's looking for his first career Platinum Cup win. The 48 goes up the hill and out of the way. I don't know if contact was made or not between the 2 bumpers. The 24 of Aaron Garcia, the points leader, is out front. Can Landon Jenkins catch him for that first career win? He's got the back straightaway to get there. He's coming with a big head of steam. He's not close enough to get alongside him. Jake Scarborough is up in 3rd with Dawson Brush trying to get to the inside of him for that position. Landon is there. He used the bumper. Did he move him enough? He couldn't quite get to the inside of Aaron Garcia, but there was no shortage of effort. And the checkered flag flies. Aaron Garcia in the 24 wins the 7th annual Brickyard 400.
Wow.
Wow is right. What a race and what a finish at the very end. We saw 3 and 4 wide from about the lead all the way back to 10th. Jake Scarborough led a lot of laps in this one. Trey Hollywood did a huge strategy at the end to try to take the lead and keep the lead and hold on to that win. Aaron Garcia gave him a little bumper to get to the inside and complete that pass. And man, at the very end, Landon Jenkins in the 88 car, he nearly emerged on the scene just in time. Couldn't quite get to the back bumper of the 24, couldn't quite get alongside him. I think if Landon had one more lap, he might have had a good run. Don't forget photos of the results, Alex. All 20 plus, if you don't mind. Try not to forget. That was a lot of cars in one big race. And man, at the end of it all, it was Black Cross, Aaron Garcia in the 24, parking it in victory lane. His 6th NOSSCAR Platinum Cup Series win of the season, rather, and his 7th of his career. What a race, man. What a wild finish at the end. Everyone had a shot out there tonight in this one. And when you review the fastest lap times of the race, it was Noah Underwood in the number 8 car with a 50.812, your fastest race lap of the event. And Alex, if you don't mind putting it into the race reporter chat, inviting Black Cross in here for an interview so I don't need to go to a blue screen, that would be greatly appreciated. Now, I don't believe I have the paint job that he was using, so we're just going to throw whatever one on there that we feel like would be best. Yeah, we'll put this one on. I like this one. What a show everybody witnessed here tonight. 24 drivers from 3 different countries entered round 26 of the 2022 NOSSCAR Platinum Cup Series season. The 7th annual NOSSCAR Platinum Cup Series Brickyard 400 event. Huge success here tonight. Huge excitement every single year. One of the more exciting crown jewel races across the entire community of NOSSCAR. That includes iRacing, WreckFest, Gran Turismo 7, F1 2020. This is a big one, folks. This is one that a lot of drivers really circle on their calendars and they look forward to each and every single year. It never disappoints. It always provides with a lot of different leaders, a lot of different lead changes, and sometimes a surprise winner. Tonight's winner, in my opinion, really no surprise, folks. We're going to go down now to Victory Lane, and for the 6th time in 2022, we find Aaron Garcia, the driver of the number 24 Chevy Camaro, here in Victory Lane, partying and hanging out, celebrating, drinking champagne. And I don't blame you, my friend. We're going to have to get your team over to Kiss the Bricks here shortly. Congratulations, man. You just won.
Thank you.
The 7th annual NOSSCAR Platinum Cup Series Brickyard 400. Take us through those last few laps. I think you took 4 tires on that last caution, and the top 4, they either stayed out or took 2 only, and you had to really fight, really scratch and claw to get your way back up there and challenge for this win. Take us through those last few laps and tell us how you did it.
Oh, it was intense. It really was. I thought like I was gonna get beated out the way into the turn and lose it, but my car was really good at the end. I loosened it up. My car was tight all race. Luckily, at the end, I loosened it up and it was good to go.
Yeah, it seemed like you were hooked pretty much, for the most part, all race long, but especially the longer the run went. Seemed like a couple of times you lost the draft with the lead 2 or 3 cars, but then somehow you were able to rebound and drive all the way back up there with them. What were some of the things you were working on to make sure you came with good speed here tonight?
I was making sure I had, in the beginning, a short run car to get up there, but as the time went on, I tried to make it to a long run car to get up there because I knew I was going to fall back when it was the long run. So I tightened it up some more, and the car was good though.
A lot of drivers had their fingers pointed at you as the favorite to win the Brickyard 400 tonight. Did you consider yourself a big threat to win this race tonight? What were your expectations for yourself coming into this race?
My expectations was either just get the win, obviously, or a top 5. I would have been fine with that. Top 5, top 10, been fine with me.
And how confident were you feeling after that last caution came out and those other drivers pulled some strategy like that? Were you a little worried about it, or were you still confident that you could get there?
Oh, no, I was worried. I thought I was going to fall back and get in the pack and lose it. And I was luckily able to get back up there. I thought I was going to fall back. I was not confident at all.
We had a couple of drivers that were really close to getting their first career cup win here tonight, like Jeffrey Robinson Jr. in the 18 and Landon Jenkins in the 88 car, and you were battling a lot with them for the win here tonight at the end and all race long. Describe how is it any different for you driving against somebody you know is trying to get that first win versus you driving with somebody who's already got lots of wins? Are you extra careful around them? Describe how that is for you.
I do drive careful around people that are trying to get their first career win, but obviously I want to see them get the first win. I do. At the same time, you still got to go for it and try to get the win yourself. You can't just ignore it and let them get it. You have to go for it. It would be nice for them to see it, to get their first win.
Well, man, you just got your very first crown jewel win here for the NOSSCAR Platinum Cup Series, and it's one of the most special events that we have across the entire NOSSCAR community, not even just NASCAR Heat 5. I'm talking iRacing, WreckFest, Gran Turismo 7, F1 2020, you name it. This is one of the big ones, and you just parked it in Victory Lane. And in dramatic fashion, the whole world just watched a wild 5-7 car dogfight for this win here tonight. So I'm really proud of you, my friend. Congratulations for winning this race.
Thank you. Yeah, it was a dogfight.
Oh, yes, it was. Sixth win of the season for Aaron Garcia, the driver of the number 24 Chevy Camaro. He came in tonight as the points leader. He leaves tonight as your points leader. He's got the regular season championship clinched. That is an extra 15 playoff points heading his way going into the postseason, and that will put him as the number 1 seed in terms of playoff points for the postseason this year. And that'll be the first time that a driver not named Matt Smith will be the number 1 seed driver in the playoffs in 3 years. That's going to do it, guys. First, we're going to throw it over to Alex Tezdal, in Race Reporter, driver of the number 17 Ford Mustang for Crimson Axis Motorsports. Alex, it was an up-and-down day for you. Eventually, you did find your way into the top 10, and you were able to stay there for most of the race, but then at the very end, that wild restart, the strategy under caution, it really put a lot of cars in front of you that you were faster than all race long. Where did you end up bringing it home, buddy?
Ended up with a P11, which, given how up and down it was, ain't too bad. Definitely had top 10 speed. Don't know about top 5 or a win. But the car was decent, and just kind of got shuffled out on the last restart there and couldn't quite get back to the top 10 group.
You've been a top 10 car all season long. You're in the top 10 in points. You're locked into the playoffs. We've only got 2 regular season races left before the playoffs begin. Have you been sizing up the competition at all? Have you been kind of studying things a little differently now that the postseason is getting closer?
Yeah, just mainly getting ready for the playoffs. Try to, maybe pick up a few more playoff wins. Grab a win at one of the next 2 races if we can do it. And 2 good tracks coming up, so maybe. Just mainly, trying to get a couple more playoff points in the next couple of races here.
Yeah, we wish you the best of luck in that. Like you just mentioned, 2 very good tracks for you, Michigan and Daytona. You've found a lot of success at both tracks, so best of luck to you the rest of the way here in the regular season.
Thank you.
That's going to do it, guys. Round 26 of the 2022 NASCAR Platinum Cup Series season here on NASCAR Heat 5 is in the history books. The 7th annual Brickyard 400 belongs to Aaron Garcia from Timac Motorsports. And from all of us here at NOSSCAR, that includes my in-race reporter, Alex Tezdal, Triple Crown winner, and yours truly, NOSSCAR CEO and founder, Tyler McMurder, we are saying, until next Friday, so long, stay safe, and stay fast, folks.